Okay, so getting back into our coverage over the Ultimate Spider-Man series, we do pick up with issue number 12. Now, issue number 12 is, well, of course, a Christmas special issue. Now, we're going to spend Christmas with the Parkers, but also with the Watsons as well, Mary Jane's family. It gives us a chance to kind of learn what's going on with Mary Jane and her mother, and also with Mary Jane and her sister as well. There is a lot of drama going on with this family. Now, if you only care for Peter Parker and want to know what's happening with him and possibly Harry Osborn, yeah, it comes at the very end of this storyline because the entire issue is really more of us just learning about Mary Jane and her family drama. But either way, let's go ahead and get into today's storyline. And so getting into the opening pages for today's video, we do pick up with Uncle Ben and Jonah Jameson. Now, these two characters are just arriving at the home of Peter Parker and Mary Jane for a Christmas party. Now, right off the bat, you have Uncle Ben tell us that it has been a very long time since Mary Jane and Gail had talked to one another, Gail being Mary Jane's sister. Now, apparently, every single year, Mary Jane will invite her sister over, but her sister does not come over at all. But at the same time, there's a lot of bad blood between them, especially Mary Jane towards Gail. So yes, she does invite her sister over, but at the same time, she's very upset with her sister about something happening in the past. And honestly, with Uncle Ben, is him telling us that with Gail being there, that's just one big surprise. But with Madeline being there, Mary Jane's mother, that is another big surprise right there because Madeline is hardly ever around. Now, with all that being said, we also learn from Madeline, she's been married 3 times, but apparently when it comes to her being married, it's been divorced or widowed when it comes to her 3 past husbands. And honestly, I kind of want to know what happened when it came to her 3 past marriages. But either way, we see her kind of micromanaging Mary Jane in the kitchen because Mary Jane can't cook. Matter of fact, Mary Jane barely cook at all. And so it's her telling her daughter, like, hey, listen, I think you're doing things wrong when it comes to your food. And to be honest here, for Mary Jane, it's not really like she hates her mom. It's really more of she can't stand her mom for a long amount of time. So it's kind of like that person you have in your job or in your family, and you only deal with them as long as you're with other people or possibly, with them for a small amount of time. That's Mary Jane and her mother. She only wished that her mom told her when she'll be in town because she can only deal with her mom for a small amount of time because the way her mom acts. But either way, it does seem like Madeline is gonna be here for a good while. And you see what I mean here in a moment. Now, just for a quick moment here, I want to say that you have Mary Jane give her daughter her phone to play with to keep her busy. Now, here's the thing. She does tell her mom that Gwen keeps calling, and that right there is going to be very important for the end of this issue, leading into, well, the January issue, where we kind of find out what's going on with Peter Parker and also Harry Osborn as well. But we can go ahead and kind of begin to learn what's going on between Mary Jane and Gail. Now, we learn here that many years ago, you had Gail tell Mary Jane, do not, I repeat, do not marry Peter Parker at all. And the reason why? Because he is boring. And matter of fact, when once you had Peter Parker and Mary Jane had kids, for Gail, it really did upset her a whole lot more because now to her, her sister is stuck with the wrong guy because now they had kids with one another. Now for Mary Jane, she's a happy woman. She loves the idea of being with her husband, Peter Parker. She loves the idea of having kids with Peter Parker. She loves the idea of just having a family. But for Gail, it's like, no, you chose the wrong guy. You should have a guy in your life who brought more excitement into your life. Now, there is a special reason why Gail's here this year for the Christmas party, but we transition over to Uncle Ben, Madeline, and also Aunt Anna. Now, Aunt Anna being the aunt to Mary Jane and also Gail because she is the sister to Madeline. Now, we do learn here from Aunt Anna why Gail came to this year's party because she tells Uncle Ben and also tells Madeline that, well, unfortunately, Gail is going through a divorce. Now, for Madeline, she's kind of like, I know it sucks, but she has to move on. Now, we're going to learn more about divorce going on with Gail and her ex-husband now, but I kind of want to shift our focus onto Madeline. And the reason why, because even though her daughter is going through a divorce like she has twice now, apparently, she's also telling Uncle Ben about the idea of just moving on, because sooner or later, you have to accept the fact that you're no longer with that person and it's time to move on. And the reason why Madeline is saying that, because Madeline wants to be with Uncle Ben, but Uncle Ben can tell that she is a huge red flag and he just walks away. Now, you do have Mary Jane go complain to Peter Parker about her sister. Now, just for real quick here, you do kind of see that Peter Parker is not saying anything at all. And for Mary Jane, she doesn't realize there's something off with her husband. But this right here is going to be our first hint that there is something different about Peter Parker. Really, we're going to get another hint here in a moment. But you have Mary Jane and Gail being able to talk to one another and kind of learn why Gail came here for this Christmas party. Now, we already know why, because she's going through a divorce. And so she tells Mary Jane, hey, listen, I'm going through a divorce. I found out my husband had been cheating on me for years and people knew about it, but never told me anything. And the reason why Gail came to party was to kind of compare her life to Mary Jane's life, to kind of see that Mary Jane's life is not that boring at all. And matter of fact, Peter Parker is a great guy. She also realized there's something different about Peter Parker. Again, a second hint right there that something is going on with Peter Parker. But for Gail, she kind of realized that she made a huge mistake calling Peter Parker boring, calling the whole idea of getting married, having kids boring. But now it's her realizing that Mary Jane did a good job and found the right man for her. Now, you do have Gail tell Mary Jane that she is sorry, but you didn't have the daughter of Mary Jane say, hey, listen, Mom, Gwen is calling again. And so Mary Jane, she realized she has to take the call to figure out what in the world is going on with Gwen. But just real quick, I want to say that you have JJ also thinking about the idea of asking out Madeline, the mother of Mary Jane, and the reason why he finds her very attractive, even though there's a huge red flag on her face at the moment. And really, you have Uncle Ben just step away and say, you know what, man? If you want to ask her out, go ahead and ask her out. And so he will very soon. But yes, let's go ahead and get back into why is Gwen calling up Mary Jane so much. And here's the reason why. Harry Osborn is missing. As we all know, Harry Osborn is Gwen's husband in this reality. But apparently, she came back in town 6 days ago and Harry was supposed to pick her up. He did not. She went straight home and did not find him. That was 6 days ago. And the question is right now, where in the world is Harry Osborn? Now, for Mary Jane, she also freaks out and begins to ask Peter Parker as they both went into their bedroom to say, like, hey, Peter, do you know what's going on with Harry? Where is he? But then she realized that's not her husband. It's somebody pretending to be Peter Parker, which means the entire time Peter was not there. And the question is right now, how long has Peter gone missing? And so for the ending of this issue, we see that Craven the Hunter has both Harry and also Peter Parker tied up in chains. And the book ends on that note right there, leading into issue number 13 that comes out, well, next year. And so with that being said, guys, this is where we're going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.